I'm Jordan Winter with Lawrence Times TV. And did you know there's hidden treasure all around us? If you want to go find it, this might be your summer to get into geocaching. We're here with Mike Randall, a Lawrence resident and expert geocacher. Mike, tell us how geocaching works.
There's an app, the geocaching app, and it tells you where all of the geocaches are in your area, and you just basically navigate to that point on your map using GPS and start looking around where the geocache might be. There can be a hint in the app that tells you maybe it's in a tree or under a bench or something like that, but you pretty much just go from there.
What makes you so passionate about this hobby?
Well, what I like about geocaching is that it gets you out to visit different places around your home, or maybe if you're on vacation somewhere else where you might not otherwise know existed, like a mural or a cool historical site. It also allows you to meet a lot of neat people. So geocachers, of course, like to get around and visit different places, and they also like to meet up. So we pretty much have an event in the Lawrence or Kansas City area pretty much every weekend.
And if people want to get involved in events like that, where can they learn more?
In the geocaching app, if there's an event, it'll show up on the map that says, hey, there's an event, and it'll tell you the date and time. Everybody's welcome to come to our events.
Now, of all of the caches that you found, what are some of the coolest?
Oh man, there are so many cool caches. There are actually several in Lawrence, kind of around the outskirts of town, that are gadget caches. So when you get to the cache, it's usually pretty easy to find, but the challenge is figuring out how to actually open it. So it might be like an electronic lock that you have to figure out the code based upon what you see on the cache. There's one that I did that had highway numbers on the outside, and you had to figure based on the highway numbers and the locations of the cache what the combination was to the lock. So there's lots of cool ways that people have come up with how to hide a cache.
Wow, geocaching sounds like a great workout and a brain teaser every once in a while.
It certainly can be, yes.
So what do people need to bring with them when they go geocaching?
Well, the most important thing is your cell phone. There's an app that you can download, geocaching app. Beyond that, you have to have a pen because you'll have to sign your name to the log. I usually also bring along extra pieces of paper just in case the log is full or needs to be replaced. I also bring along a pair of tweezers just because sometimes the cache container is so small that it's kind of hard to get the caches in and out.
So we're in South Park now. Are there any caches around here?
Well, it looks like there are 2 or 3 just within a few hundred feet from here. Japanese Garden, and then the corner of 11th and Rhode Island.
So we're at the Japanese Friendship Garden. We're looking for the cache. What is the app showing us?
Well, in compass mode, it tells us that the cache is 11 feet away, and it's pretty much that way, the way the compass is pointing. So 11 feet away, and it says Belly of the Beast. Right. So I think it might be right over there.
I think this might be the place where we're looking for our cache. If you look inside, there it is. Well, that was really fun. Do you have any tips or tricks for other people that want to get into geocaching?
Sure. I would say all you do is grab your phone, download the app, get a pen, and then go out and see where adventure takes you.
So if someone wants to link up with your group, where can they do that?
Well, you can use the app. We have events that are scheduled on a pretty regular basis. And what you can do is just search for the events in the app. We have one coming up Memorial Day weekend on Sunday, a cash-in, trash-out event where we help clean up the community. That'll be at DeVictor Park in Western Lawrence. And we also have a couple others in July, later in July, one out in the middle of Clinton Lake, and then one out at Prairie Park.
Great. We look forward to seeing you then.
Great.
I'm hooked on geocaching. Armed with some tips and tricks from Mike, we're here at 7th in New Hampshire looking for a new geocache of our own. I've got my app out here and it looks like it's close. So let's see what we can find. Looks like there's a treasure inside too. I'm Jordan Winter, and you've been watching Lawrence Times TV. And with hundreds of geocaches around Lawrence, there's enough treasure to keep you hunting all summer long. This episode is sponsored by the Cider Gallery, offering full-service archival framing. Learn more at cidergallery.com. And Vibrolux Media, helping your business to create inspired brand strategies.